So if you love movies and shows and you're thinking about getting to this whole wild and crazy world of collecting, then I have some really important advice for you. Don't buy these movies or shows digitally. Because if you do get started on that route, well, it's going to cost you in many ways that you might not even realize. And so when it comes to collecting, I myself am always going to go with physical for things that I actually really love and things that I want to own and physically have access to. And definitely there's arguments for going all digital. There's pros and cons to each one of these methods. But for my money, my time, and also for my love of these movies and shows that I've enjoyed over the years, physical is where I highly recommend that you go. And then if you're somebody who just really loves to stream and just gets everything digitally, I get it. Getting things that are physical does take more work. It's gonna take up space. It might end up you costing more money in the near term. And also you're gonna have to get a player for this. And then you have to deal with the whole idea of physical things breaking at some point. I get all of that. But today I'm gonna show you why buying digitally is a bad idea. So let's take a look at this whole idea of buying digitally. So I think all of you are familiar with going on a platform and you normally see an option to rent or buy. And in most cases, buying this is going to be at the same price or even more expensive than buying the physical, depending upon where you get it at. But if you look a little bit closer at the terms that they have for these platforms, and they'll even tell you, like, if you download it, you can watch it indefinitely. But there is something that you really need to understand if you don't realize this or understand what that means. And so for Amazon Prime, for example, if you did decide to like download it, if you go down here to the terms, it'll say availability of purchase digital content, meaning buying the digital content. So purchase digital content will generally continue to be available to you for download or streaming from the service as applicable, but may become unavailable due to potential content provider licensing restrictions or for other reasons. And Amazon will not be liable to you if purchased digital content becomes unavailable for further download or streaming. Well, that is definitely an important fact. And then if you look at other platforms like Netflix, which allows you to download titles, and most of these allow you to do the same thing. Hey, you could just download your movies and watch it offline. But similarly to Amazon Prime and pretty much every digital platform, they're going to tell you that, note, some TV shows and movies have a limit to the number of times they can be downloaded or renewed due to studio and license agreements. If you get an error that says you can't download TV or show movie again, you need to watch it while connected to the internet. And so in some cases, things will expire or you are limited to even how many times you could download. And then if we go to something like Disney Plus, they have the same thing whenever you go to the subscriber agreement where it says content availability. The content we make available may be limited by law or by the rights that certain of our third-party content providers grant to us. Access to the services from locations where we do not have rights that are not affecting your service tier or where we did not make the service available is prohibited. And if you look down at future unavailability, it tells you it is possible that the Disney Plus service, ESPN service, or some or all content may not be available for streaming or downloaded at any given time. They list a number of reasons. And also for all of these different streaming sites, you do have to agree to this before you use the service. Plus, they could change these terms at any time. So even if they tell you that you could download these forever, this could change in the future under their discretion. So hopefully, as you can see from this example, whenever you quote unquote buy, and I put that really loosely, you're not really being told the complete truth up front. What you're actually doing is renting these movies and shows that you think you are buying and owning. And as I showed you a little bit earlier, these terms and services, the availability of any of these could change at any point in time. And the thing is, once you do sign up for it, you agree to this legally. And so they don't have to refund your money or actually give you anything back in return if, for example, these movies or shows do get pulled from their platforms. So it goes back to what I talked about a little bit earlier. If you do love movies and shows, then I highly recommend that you go to getting it physically, and then you could actually truly own what you buy, and then you could watch this whenever you want, however much you want, without fear of any of these digital platforms pulling these movies and shows that you love watching. And it's also, I would say, a huge waste of money if you invest a lot of money buying these on digital service, and then later on you find out that you no longer have access to them. And so those are my thoughts on this whole idea of ownership digitally versus physical. If you actually had any thoughts, be sure to leave in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.